Okay, imagine sitting at your kitchen table. Standard table, right? 4 legs, flat top. Now imagine instead of sitting there in, normal space, you're kind of floating in a realm where your table's 4 legs stretch not just forwards, backwards, or side to side, but into hidden dimensions you can't even see. Yeah, I'm serious. Stick with me, because this might be the wildest thing you think about today. Okay, so dimensions. Let's break it down. We, humans, we're 3-dimensional creatures living in what's called space-time. 4 dimensions, technically. Width, depth, height, and then time is the 4th. Pretty straightforward, yeah? But physicists? Oh boy, they're not satisfied with just 4. They're like, why stop here? Enter string theory. This is where stuff gets bananas. In string theory, the building blocks of everything, every atom, every particle, aren't little tiny dot-like things. No, they're tiny vibrating loops of energy, or strings, like if space itself were playing the world's tiniest violin. And here's the kicker. For those strings to vibrate in all the complicated ways they need to in order to make, well, us, the universe, everything, physics requires more than 4 dimensions. Drumroll, please. It requires 10 dimensions. I'm not kidding. 10. Let's breathe for a second, yeah? Okay, so what are these mysterious extra dimensions? Why can't we see them? Are they hiding under the couch cushion with my remote? Well, kinda. They're tiny. And I mean, tiny, tiny. Like imagine taking a single strand of hair, okay? Zoom in on that a million times, and even that's not small enough to reveal these dimensions. Some physicists explain them as being curled up or compactified. Picture a garden hose lying on the ground. From a distance, it's just a line, right? But up close, you'd see it has thickness. It's a tube. The idea is these extra spatial dimensions sort of curl up like that hose, so small we can't physically perceive them. Crazy, right? You might be wondering, why even bother believing this? Like, if it sounds this out there and we can't see them, why are scientists so convinced? Well, because math. The equations of string theory just don't work in 4 dimensions. They need those 10 dimensions to make sense. It's like trying to assemble a piece of IKEA furniture. You think you're done, and then suddenly you've got 10 bolts left over and you're realizing, oh no, I forgot a whole section. Except with string theory, the universe doesn't even hold together without the full 10. Alright, so we've got these hidden dimensions, and they're curled up like an invisible garden hose. But let me blow your mind a little further. Some physicists now think there could even be an additional 11th dimension. Wait, hang on to your coffee. This 11th dimension comes from something called M-theory, which takes all these different competing versions of string theory and kind of joins them together into one mega-theory. And in that 11th dimension, the strings might not even be just strings anymore. They could be membranes. Imagine sheets of energy floating, colliding, maybe even sparking the creation of entire universes. Which, hold up, yeah, that means our universe? This bubble of space and time we call home might just be one slice, one brain, floating in this crazy 11th dimensional sea. Okay, pause. I know this sounds like sci-fi, but it's actually grounded in real scientific theory. Plus, it might help explain one of physics' biggest mysteries, gravity. Ever notice how gravity, compared to the other forces, is such a weakling? I mean, sure, you can't escape a black hole, but the fact that a tiny fridge magnet can defy the gravitational pull of an entire planet, that's gotta make you think. One idea is that gravity, unlike the other forces, could leak into these hidden dimensions. Like, we're only feeling a tiny fraction of its true strength. And speaking of leaking, want to know what else could be spilling out into those dimensions? Us. No, seriously. Quantum physics suggests particles. And hey, technically you might bleed into these hidden spaces at a microscopic level. The joke's really on us for calling them hidden dimensions, when we might be stretched out across them ourselves. But here's the thing, and this just floors me. What if the geometry of these extra dimensions shapes the very laws of physics we see every day? Like, what if the speed of light, or the mass of an electron, or even time moving the way it does isn't just random, but a direct result of the way these curled up dimensions are folded? My mind. Okay, but let me hit you with one last idea, because we're on a roll, and I'm here to pump our brains full of cosmic wonder. If these dimensions are real, and if our universe is just one bubble, or brain, within this 11th dimensional multiverse, then couldn't there be other universes? Like, countless others? Universes where physics operates slightly, or totally, differently? Maybe some with 6 toes on each foot is standard issue, or where gravity's reversed, and objects fall up instead of down. And the wildest part, these universes could be brushing up against ours right now, but we've got no way to detect it because, well, we only perceive 3 dimensions. God, it's humbling, isn't it? To think that all of our experiences, our successes and failures and love stories and Netflix binges are happening inside this tiny corner of an unimaginably vast, dimension-filled reality. And yet here we are, daring to even ask these questions, trying to peek behind the cosmic curtain. Makes you feel so small, but so lucky. All right, that's it for now. If your brain isn't totally melted yet, hit me with any questions below. I'm dying to know what's got you the most curious right now. And seriously, if you want to keep riding this roller coaster of, wait, what? Hit that subscribe button. We've barely scratched the surface of this crazy universe of ours. Until next time, keep exploring, my friends.